The World of Warcraft live raid. Your competing guilds are Vodka and Blood Legion.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the World of Warcraft live raid here at Blizzcon 2011. I'm Rob Simpson, I'm from the Blizzard esports team, and today we have a very special treat for all of you at home. For the first time ever, Blizzard Entertainment has fine-tuned some of the game's hardest content so we can have some of the greatest guilds of all time competing in a battle to Ragnaros' death. Now, one thing that's really important about this is that we're going to see some really awesome things coming out of both of these people. Now, up here on the stage, on the mic, I have some World of Warcraft devs, Greg Street, Ian Hazakostas, and Corey Stockton. And now up here, some of the WoW devs that are going to be making all the magic happen in the instance. I have Candace Thomas, Matt Webster, Lee Sparks, and Scott Mercer. And now I'm sure this presentation is more about the players, is it not? So over on this side, we have Vodka, most recently known for their US first 25 heroic Ragnaros kill. I've got Lancel and Kinesthesia for the Alliance. And now over on this side, we do have Blood Legion. We're gonna have Zonker, most recently known for their US first kill of heroic Neth. We have Zonker and Ararat representing the Horde. Woo! But now, ladies and gentlemen, I'm gonna need your help counting this down because we wanna get this started off on the right foot. So let's get some energy. Let's hear it. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, go. Boom. All right, so Ian, tell us a little bit about what we're going to be seeing today.
Okay, so this is Firelands, but it's a special setup that we have. We've taken out all the trash. So this is a pure boss run. Boss to boss to boss. They can do it in any order as long as Heroic Ragnaros comes at the end.
Awesome. And now just for everybody out there, to let you know what's going on the screen, up in the top right corner right now, you can see a feed coming from Kinesthesia. And on the lower right is going to be their progress. As they progress through the instance, that map is going to continually update. The upper left side, or rather just the left side of the screen in general, is going to be Blood Legion side. That's where you'll see all of their progress. Now let's take a look. They've chosen to start on different paths.
They have, yes. Looks like Vodka's jumped right into Shanox. And so Shanox is a salamander accompanied by his 2 hellhounds. And normally there's an intricate dance that goes on here where you have to lead the dogs around. The master plays fetch with his dogs. You keep the spear away. Odds are they're probably just going to ignore almost all of that and just power through this and burn him down, because that's what the gear level they have is going to allow them to do.
So now, are we going to see some pretty big differences in the decisions that they make as far as their raid comp goes, being that this is a speed run?
Probably yes. I'd expect to see them take fewer healers than most guilds normally would, because they're trying to go as fast as possible. And they might plan their boss order to minimize the number of swaps they have to make in terms of people respeccing or people swapping in and out, to maximize the time they're spending actually fighting bosses.
Awesome. Now over here, Greg, what's going on over on Vodka's side?
Vodka is working on Shanox. I think we've got a couple of deaths down, but looks like everyone's up at the moment.
So Corey, what's going on over with Blood Legion? What are we seeing over here?
They decided to take on Baloroc first, so a little bit of a different strategy over on this side.
Now, are you now, in your opinion, is there any advantage to either of these players' decisions? Are we going to see something is there a master plan?
There's definitely got to be a master plan. I think it's just going to come down to figuring out which one can get through that first set of bosses without having any hiccups.
I think that was really First Blood. Zonker just took the first kill.
Oh, no, already.
Can we get, is anybody going to boo that? I didn't expect that to, wow, okay. An incredibly supportive crowd. Let's hear them get back on their feet. Woo!
Looks like Shanox is about 30% over here on the Vodka side.
Oh, we're getting really close. Ladies and gentlemen, let's hear it for Vodka. They're really close. They could get that first kill. Only 30% remaining on Shanox. Quickly pulling him down. Looks like they have everything in complete control. Oh, yeah. Oh, and there it goes. Yeah, only about 20 million HP remaining.
Now, Shannox is a much faster fight than Baloroc, so you'd expect Vodka's going to take him down first.
Okay.
The question is going to be, though, once they're each doing all the same bosses, how it'll even out in the end.
Yeah, oh, and here it goes. It actually looks like we're getting very close to that kill. Oh, about 13 million HP remaining, man.
Yep.
Ian, so what's, what do you think they're going to do next? Why would they have taken Shannox first? What's their goal going to be?
I think probably just because he was right in front. The way the Firelands setup is here, there's this ethereal NPC that they can talk to that will teleport them around from boss to boss. So you see them fighting the boss right next to the ethereal.
And they're getting really close. Only about 1 million HP left, and it looks like Vodka's going to get the first kill, and Shannox goes down. Now, it's going to be really interesting to see what they choose for their follow-up. Now, over here, how's Blood Legion doing? When are we going to see that first blood out of them?
Looks like they're about 70% down on Baloroc so far here.
All right, so getting there. So let's see, is Vodka making any choices as far as changing their raid comp, getting people up? What's that next decision going to be?
Looks like they're heading to Baloroc next.
Okay, interesting.
Oh, okay. So looks like maybe a little swap here.
Yeah, and the real question
They're hitting up Baloroc next.
So Ian, what are the primary differences for Baloroc being on Heroic versus the 25-man regular raid?
Okay, so Baloroc is a Spider Queen, and the whole fight takes place on 2 tiers. Normally, she moves up and down between a canopy of fire webs up top and the ground down below. And she has a horde of her spider brood that come out to attack players down below while she stays up top. On Heroic, there's an additional type of spider the players have to deal with, as well as the standard increased health and damage values for everything. This type of spider, it's basically like a Baneling from StarCraft 2.
Oh.
It just explodes on detonation.
So many Banelings.
So many Banelings.
Over here, they must be just about to get this kill. Can we hear? I think they need a little cheer. I think we need to hear it for Blood Legion getting really close to that first kill.
Can we get some horde love over here?
Almost. Yeah, a little bit of horde love is pretty good. Yeah, looking pretty good. And they think that they've
Looks like they're just about at 50% over here. So they're making progress.
5-0?
Yeah, and that's actually really impressive because the way the Baloroc fight works, it's a 2-stage fight. The first part, you send a few people at a time, usually up top, to slowly work at her, while most of the rest of the raid is dealing with ads down below.
Right.
Then at the second phase of the fight, she comes down and you have to burn her down, which is what you see them doing here.
Okay.
Now, normally most guilds want to try to get her to like 75, 80% when the second phase begins.
Right.
They have her almost at 50%, which means that they really, really sent way more people up top than you normally would see. That's very impressive.
So they've been sending them much more people down than you generally would. Really able to take advantage of that as much as they can. And over here, it looks like Vodka's off to a relatively smooth start as well.
We're gonna have a kill over here pretty quick.
Oh yeah? Give me the play-by-play, Corey. What's going down?
So they're just about to polish her off. Looking like, oh, here we go. Boom.
Oh,
Down.
there it is.
I think we're all tied up.
Yeah, now the score sits at 1-1. Now, I would almost be willing to argue that currently Blood Legion is at least marginally ahead, because that is the boss that's probably going to take close to the longest amount of time, at least out of decisions.
Yes. Baloroc is one of the longest bosses they're going to have to face.
Okay. Now let's see what they choose to do next. Oh, okay. Oh, and they're mixing it up. Let's hear it, Ian.
Here we see
what's happening.
Here we see Blood Legion going over to face Lord Rhyolith.
Right to Rhyolith.
Yeah. There's some reasons why they may have done this. One of the tricky parts with Shannox, actually, is for the boss that Vodka started with, Shannox patrols around the zone. So they're going to need to make sure that they can catch him at an efficient spot, because they don't want to have to spend too long waiting and having to run to him.
Right.
So it could just be that, for example, Shannox wasn't close enough for their tastes, so they went straight to a different boss that they could take on quickly.
Okay, and that's always good. Always good to have a redundancy plan if they're not exactly happening exactly how they want it. So let's actually go take a look over at Blood Legion. It looks like they have made their second boss decision. Corey, how are they doing?
Looks like they're off to a good start. No issues so far. They can keep this up. I think they're going to be doing well.
So Ian, how exactly does this boss work? I understand that you got to hit the legs, you got to turn him. Tell the layman what's happening.
Yeah, Lord Rhyolith is a pretty unique encounter. He is a huge giant. He has a mind of his own. There are these little gnats swatting at his feet, but you don't really tank him or move him the way you normally move a regular boss. You actually hit his left and right leg separately, and whichever leg you're dealing more damage to as a raid determines the direction that he turns and the direction that he moves.
Oh, I know.
And
Close? Oh, okay.
we switch back to Blood Legion for a second. I think something might have been happening there. So one of the big tricks.
Whoa! Getting really close there. Oh, they might be able to do it. Will Blood Legion be able to turn it? Yes! Looks like they're going to be able to get it back to main. Let's hear it for the Horde! Woo. Yeah! Oh man, what a clutch save.
Yeah, so the thing with Rhyolith is you have to steer him over the volcanoes that it creates, but if he ever walks into the lava, he basically scoops up a big chunk of it, turns around, breathes it over the raid, dealing terrible, terrible damage.
Terrible, terrible damage. we'll get deep routes up here. How's the Shennox kill going over here?
They're still in phase 1 on Bethkalak over on Vodka's side.
Oh man. I mean, they actually aren't that far behind right now. Could anybody safely say who's ahead?
I think it feels pretty even right now.
It's impossible to say so far.
All right.
It's really going to boil down to who makes the first fatal mistake.
Right. Which is what we're all patiently waiting.
Exactly.
Makes it interesting.
So if you look at what's going on in Bethkalak, you see those pools on the ground? Those are the banelings that have exploded.
Ah, okay. So yet again, lots of environmental effects to avoid.
There goes the baneling right there.
Oh, all right, Bethkalak's down on the Vodka side.
Oh no.
We're into phase 2.
Right now, this is pretty much just the burn phase.
It's just a burn phase. All they have to do is survive this.
Sounds good. I still haven't seen very many deaths. We saw in those first couple pulls, but then pretty much nobody. Oh, actually, Vodka's got one player down, but it should be fine. Easily be able to finish this off. Oh yeah.
They've lost track of their reses. I assume they've used them all by this point.
Yes. Probably just about. Now there hasn't been anything done to let them recover any quicker for this.
Yeah.
Like, they're going to have to run back to the instance. They will have the teleporter. There is no trash, so that's good. Oh, and it looks like Bethkalak's getting very low. Oh, and there's down. Bethkalak. Vodka scoring their second kill.
Let's see where they go next.
Okay.
Looks like Baloroc.
Yeah. Oh man,
Baloroc.
Now, how are we
Vodka
doing over
choosing to take on Baloroc. He is the gatekeeper that bars the bridge leading to Sulfuron Keep, Ragnaros' lair. He is kind of what we think of as the patchwork boss of the zone.
Oh, okay.
He basically has straightforward mechanics, hits really, really hard, is a challenge for the tanks and the healers, and a guild of their caliber is really just going to be able to brute force through a lot of the mechanics,
Okay, sure.
and they should be able to get him down quite quickly.
So what are some of the differences that we'll see between heroic and standard Baloroc?
Okay, so the way Baloroc works, he spawns crystals that players have the channel damage on nearby players.
Okay. Oh wait, we're hearing something.
1 second.
Getting close over here.
Oh, getting
Alright, so
really
over,
close.
I'll get back to Baloroc in a second.
Yeah.
Over here, we see Blood Legion's finishing off Rhyolith. They got his armor
Come on, let's
completely
finish it up. Where's the Horde in here? Blood Legion's about to take him down.
Oh man, only 4% remaining. Blood Legion
Get this
just
race
about to get
going.
their second kill. Oh, and there it
There we
goes.
go.
And he goes down. Now we'll see where Blood Legion's gonna go next. Oh man, they gotta get all those shiny
Yeah,
loots.
don't forget to loot the race.
Oh man, I may see the first one.
Where are they going?
Alright. Looks like Blood Legion's going to take on Elisrazor, the Firehawk, next.
Oh.
They're taking a totally different order through this. It's really interesting to see which one's going to turn out to be the right choice.
All right, so back over on Vodka's side, we were taking a look at Baloroc, and it looks like they are just pretty much just mowing him down.
Pretty much. So the main thing, Baloroc hits really hard, and he summons these crystals that people have to get near and absorb the damage that they deal. On normal mode, you just have someone go soak the crystal. On Heroic, after that's happened, you have a debuff on you that if you touch any other player in your raid, you spread that debuff, and it can quickly infect your whole raid and wipe you. So you need to be really careful about their positioning while they're doing the maximum possible damage.
Okay. And now, are we seeing any differences in the raid comp that Vodka is using in comparison to what you would generally see? As far as number of healers goes versus DPS? Because it looks like they're running about 5 healers right now.
Yeah, it looks like
Pretty
a fairly standard comp. They're just being aggressive, obviously, with what they're doing, but they don't want to take too many chances, I'm guessing.
Both of these guilds are more than capable of killing all of this content. So what's interesting is to see what they do to try to do it as fast as possible.
Yeah.
Often we see groups drop healers to increase DPS.
All the time, yeah.
But if they take too many risks, they're going to wipe and be embarrassed, so...
Sure. And I'm pretty sure, right, exactly. Like I think we're really going to see consistency end up prevailing because wiping generally isn't worth like the time that you gain. What? Oh. Oh. What? Is he? What is going on, Ian?
I don't believe that Tiger's supposed to execute the Baloroc encounter. Not sure.
Tell us what's going on over on Bloodlegion.
Just started on a list resort.
So how does this boss work? It just looks like a large bird. Tell me a little bit what I'm seeing.
Well, there's a whole bunch of different mechanics for this fight.
Okay.
I think it really comes down to how good are they going to be able to execute in a situation like this. They've obviously done the fight a ton of times before, so it's really going to come down, can they do it here in this situation, get them down fast, not lose anyone, and get on to the next.
Yeah, it's a super high pressure situation as well. So any fight with these like extremely high amount of mechanics, you're going to have a lot of trouble really trying to focus and get through. Now, how are we doing over on Vodka's side? What's going on with Baloroc?
It's an interesting fight. They have a few deaths now, but they're getting Baloroc down.
He's got about 40 million remaining, so they should have him down pretty soon. Are we going to see any changes at any percentage, low percentage of HP, or is this going to stay consistent?
There's not much going on at the end of this fight. It's just to keep managing the crystals and...
Okay. Which they've clearly done just a fine job at. Now, Ian, you look interested. What's going on over here?
Over on List Resort, we're really interested to see what Zonker's doing right now. Players actually fly through the air. And so he's basically flying through rings, damaging List Resort while in the air, and can do a tremendous amount of damage with the buff he gets from doing that. And so range casters in particular tend to have a very special role in the fight.
And now back over on Vodka's side, we do see Baloroc getting
Vodka's
really
down
low.
We've got five folks down now.
Oh man, could this be a situation where we do end up seeing them wipe?
It's an easy fight to control up until the end, unless you hit the berserk or something. So.
Oh,
that was scary.
Oh, that was very scary.
When I have a healer disconnect. Oh,
man, 3 healers down.
Tank went down.
It doesn't look like Vodka's going to be able to get through this. Oh, they're gonna try to salvage it. There's only about 10 million HP remaining.
Look good.
More dots.
Can they hold it?
Down to 8 million.
I think they're gonna do it. I think they're gonna do it.
They hold it?
Relatively consistent.
Oh,
ladies and gentlemen, they're gonna need your support. Can Vodka get through this?
Can they do it?
Oh, they're cheering for you. Oh no. Oh, Lance sold down.
They can do it. They can still do it. But
they'll make it through this. Only 3 million HP remaining. Oh no.
They're gonna do it. They're gonna do it.
5 DPS. They've got 1 million HP remaining. Only 700,000. They might be able to pull through this. 300,000 HP. And there it goes. Oh. A beautiful recovery by Vodka. Able to pull that through.
Close.
Now, even though it's not as bad as a wipe, but they still have a lot of reses to do. They're going to have a lot of rebuffing as well, so they are going to have to do a little bit of catching up. But at least they didn't wipe there.
Right, exactly. They didn't wipe. It wasn't a fatal mistake, but it definitely took them a lot longer than it should have.
Closer than that.
Yeah. Special call out there to the hunters with the pro deterrence. Tanking him, ping-ponging him around, keeping him up so the rest of the raid could finish him off.
That's when you're going to use all of the, every single kind of avoidance tanking you possibly can.
Exactly. People who fought Heroic Baloroc before he was nerfed and before his hit points were reduced, that's a very familiar sight to any of those players.
Sure. So how are we seeing Blood Legion do?
Looks like they're putting on a clinic over here.
Oh, yeah?
Really no problem so far. They're just burning right through.
Now, we heard a lot of cheering for the Alliance. Can we hear it for the Horde? Can we hear it for Blood Legion? that was very impressive.
So, Blood Legion's approach to List Resort is very interesting. Like with Bethalak, it's a fight where you have to balance the number of people that you send up in the air to fly with the number of people that deal with the stuff on the ground. And they sent a tremendous number of players up into the air. Okay. And you can see they've burned off more than half her health just during the first phase. They're going to finish her off right now when she comes down to the ground, making sure the fight is literally as short as it can possibly be.
Speed tactics, for sure.
Good. That's what we want to see.
Exactly.
Oh, yeah. Oh, and here she comes. She's coming down. So they are just going to start that burn phase.
Vodka has now pulled Alyssa's Ore.
What?
Now they're both on Alicia's Ore.
Oh, okay. And now, as you can see on the map right now, Blood Legion does only have 2 bosses down, whereas Vodka is on their 4th boss currently. So maybe we'll start to see Vodka
They're gonna finish them
possibly
off right
pull
here
ahead.
on this one.
Oh, Alyssa's Ore down to
Here we go.
5%.
Alyssa's Ore's about to go down.
4% is 2. Let's hear it from Blood Legion getting their 3rd kill.
Blood Legion.
Oh, and there they go. Oh, and they are really quick to get over to that teleporter. Once again, they want to keep that pace up, keep up the energy.
The big question is, what are they doing next?
Looks like they're going to go right into Shannon.
Oh, they're going right into it.
And they caught him right at the right point of his patrol, so he's right near the teleport NPC, engaging immediately.
Perfect.
Oh.